Hello. I'm setting up a stream. We're gonna hunt for green eyeballs. It's been a while. It's been a while since we hunted for some green eyeballs. But today's the day. Look at this satellite. It is. It's good. Hello. Hello. We're gonna be hunting for green eyeballs today. As soon as I figure out what button I have to press to make the thingy newest. I think that's the one. Ah, yeah, it's better. Okay. So how's everybody doing? It's for me, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time it is for you, but for me, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I just read all of the overnight missile strike news. And here we are. Look at that. Look at that. See, okay, so I'll tell you where we are. This is Rabatina, this is Novoprokopivka, and this is Kopani. So that's where this is. I have to wait for it to get high res again. Hey, Kick.
Hello.
It's green eyeballs time, Gick.
Yeah, it's incredible.
You've been messaging me for a long time.
Yeah, I keep exporting pictures. Like, I mean, I don't want to jump anything here, but Bakhmut as well is like the Klishivka heights. Incredible.
Yeah.
All of that imagery is incredible.
Yeah, we're just gonna be going from west to east. This is Kopani. Dude, what is this shelling near Kopani? Is this Ukrainian shelling? It's a lot of shelling. It's actually a lot. And it's very close to Kopani. I assume this is Ukrainian shelling. But I'll mark it, I guess. Uh Yeah, I screwed up in marking it. Anyways, uh, was there anything you want to say? Kick? I
Oh,
made
I'm
a.
sorry. I was confused. Did you just talk to me?
I don't know. Yesterday I made a very short video. It was 47 seconds long. That's like the shortest video I've ever made. I don't think I can physically make one shorter. But making a 47-second video is a lot harder than making like a 5 minute video. I feel like every time you half the length of the video, you double how much work it takes.
Yeah, because you start cutting it together and stuff like that. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's making it a lot harder than just, going through the footage and commenting or something like that.
Yeah, it's it's anyways, that 4 minute video, it sure is. It's a video. I lost the chat. Where'd the chat go? There it is. I'll put the chat over there. Okay, so um yeah, we're just looking for some green eyeballs. So we found two. These are near Kopani. I assume this is Ukrainian shelling. This is near Rabatina. I'm not sure who is shelling this would be. This might be both, honestly. And then this other stuff near Rabatina. Man, do you think Ukraine attacked Novoprokopivka?
I am not entirely sure if they properly attacked, but we did geolocate a video, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago, which was showing Ukrainian infantry very far south, close to Novoprokopivka.
Yeah.
So it might be that they have retaken some positions there along the tree line next to the road.
And also, like, it's to this east too. Like, there's a lot going on here. That's the
If you
it's the nice thing about snow, right?
if you want to stream to me, I can actually see where
yeah,
you're looking at.
yeah, I forgot about that. Forgot about that. Sorry. Yeah, there's Yeah, there's these. It's to the east too. So they're. It seems that they've gone south towards Novobroka, but and there's also stuff going on to the east. I mean, you can't tell whose is who, but this. I mean, we know Ukrainian infantry is there. This really seems like it would be Russian shelling, not Ukrainian. And then this stuff up here, this is over like to the west of Robatana. This is where Russia loves just shelling there. That's like their favorite place. And along up there, that's all normal. But yeah, this looks like it. I don't know. This looks kind of like Ukrainian shelling to me because this is a little bit further to the west. This is where Russia tends to bring up their vehicles up this tree line. You can even see this little road they take. Uh, they tend to bring their vehicles up this tree line and vehicle around, and the shelling might be related to that. Uh, but generally speaking, it's interesting seeing so much shelling down here near Robatana, especially along these tree lines, which are in the back. That you would think that these are logistics, but they're being really heavily shelled. And then getting a little bit closer to Verbova, um, I would imagine this might be the front line. What do you think? Or maybe I don't know. But that's like
It's
an arc of shelling.
yeah, it's where the dragon teeth are. Interestingly,
Yeah, yeah.
of course, it's always a question if some of those might be puddles from the melting snow and existing craters from before, but typically the black spots would be fresh shelling.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
You'd think so. Yeah. So I'll mark some more of these places. So I wish there was. I wish I could just like click a button and copy and paste the coordinates instead of having to like hover my mouse over it and then write it down like a peasant.
Oh, you don't have to do that actually.
What?
What I do is on the right of Sentinel, you have the pin. You can mark a spot.
Oh, but that takes forever, and then you have to copy it anyway, right?
Yeah, and then I copy the part of the link.
I mean, you can just put your the middle of your screen over it, but then it's annoying. It is true that I'm not using the compare mode, so I can just copy the link. Usually I can't copy the link because I'm in compare mode. You do not want to copy the link of compare mode. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Uh, but right now, there's nothing to compare again, just because the last image is so long ago. There's no point. Also, it's snowy, so the snow helps. Okay, so I can just copy. That's cool. Okay. Um. So yeah, I don't even know what to mark. Well, there's so many things to mark. Should I mark all of them or just what do you think? Should I mark all of them or just like the interesting ones?
Well, not every single crater,
Well, I'm marking, but I
but
mean
the
like every
accumulations I think
cluster.
are
Yeah,
interesting.
because but there's just so many. Like there's one here. There's like one there. There's one there, kind of, and then there's like one here, and then like one there, and like one
What
there,
I'm
one
interested
there.
in is this huge black spot in the next to Verbove, a bit further to the right on your mouse. Yeah, there,
Yeah,
almost centered on the screen. What that is?
yeah. Do you do you know how I center it on my screen so well? I I put a piece of tape in the middle of my screen and I drew a little red dot on it.
I
That's
can tell you that it's not centered in. I think it's not centered in on YouTube.
that's because YouTube it's not my full screen. It's zoomed in on the bottom right a little bit because I have a 1440p monitor and this is zoomed in to like 1080 and then blown up to 1440p again. So it's bigger and easier to see. Anyways, it's the actually is the middle of my screen. Like, do you see like where my mouse is right now is the exact center of my screen.
Oh, okay. I actually meant the one further south then in that case.
This this one
Yeah, exactly. Because that's super accurate. Could of course be, I don't know, an airstrike maybe.
maybe could be like a toss. I doubt
Oh, that
that.
might also be.
I don't know if you'd bring a toss here. This seems like a bad place for a toss. You could get you could get blowed up. Just because you're so close, because you get shot from so many different angles. You know, I don't know. So we have a question. How did you learn to geolocate?
Uh, Honestly, like I never learned it. I was just always interested in pictures from space or from above, and I was always interested in following urban development. And that just kind of led to this, and now it's no longer houses and stuff like that, or typically it's not houses, but instead it's tree lines. But I don't know. I didn't learn anything in that sense. I just always had that interest in looking at things and understanding things from above.
I'll tell you what. It's the obsession you have the of completing. That's what I think that's what most people lack. Is the compulsion to find everything every day.
Yeah, that ruined my night, and I slept on the sofa because I didn't want to wake up my girlfriend because it was so late. I couldn't join her in bed. She had a very important meeting this morning, and if I had woken her up, she would be mad forever.
Yeah, yeah. So what? It's interesting to me that there's like no shelling around Hula Pola. Just like nothing, man. Did they just give up over here? Oh, there's some like right here. That's
Mm,
actually notable to me because it's always I always want to know where they shell because there's always shelling reports of this town, Bilohiria, but I never actually knew where they were shelling. So this is interesting to me that it's right there apparently. This is where they shell. Okay, so oh, this is somewhat interesting too. Look at that. Look at that. This must be like where things are happening. Don't you ever wonder like they always say like there's shelling near Sharivna, there's shelling near Luhivska, but we never know where. Like what does that mean? And here it is, right there. This is the shelling. Interesting, interesting to me that this never comes up. Like it's never like explicitly talked about. We never get videos from here. I don't think we've. Well, we did. We got that one video. Remember and we geolocated it. And the Russians they kept posting the video every single day for like a week, where they there was like this like 5 minute video, and they would post like 10 seconds of it at a time every day, and then they turned that 5 minute video into a week of content. But other than that, we've like not had much from this area, and even that wasn't very much to be honest. Um, so, anyways, I wonder if we have more questions. Um, yeah, we're working west to east, and I think this area is most of this probably isn't going to have much, to be honest. So we're just going to kind of skip through a lot. Like we know that there's like Hula Pula area that has like nothing. I'm just gonna kind of look around a little bit. Like there was a big battle there at one point, but it never went anywhere. Oh, this is where the fighting in Chervona is. That's interesting. I always thought Chervona was being attacked from the south because they always said Russia was attacking from the south, but this is the southeast, man. I didn't know that. That's actually good to know. It's nice to finally have a satellite view that isn't clouds, you know?
To be honest, I didn't expect this today.
Yeah.
Like everything is clear. I have not found a single cloud.
Yeah. I was expecting, like today I woke up, I was like, today's gonna be the day where I just sit down and map everything as fast as possible, and I'm not gonna get distracted. And then 2 hours later, this is where I am. I'm very distracted now. Anyways, see, this is another area where I don't actually know where the fighting is at the moment. I assume that they fight like over here, but there's like, how do they have so many reports every day of shelling, and I don't
Well,
see any
there's
shelling
some
there?
shelling
Oh,
visible there.
there's like some like right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's so little. That's it. That's all. This is they. The police message me every day, saying that they're shelling, and this is it. Okay, like 5 shells. But okay, maybe they fire
Look
one a
at the
day.
snow making that little flame symbol there
Yeah, sure
next to
is.
Priotna.
There.
That's pretty.
Yep. I wonder. Oh, whoa.
Okay,
Okay.
there it is.
But this isn't Levada. This is. They always say Levada's what's getting shelled. Anyway,
Maybe north of Priotna.
well, this would be Novodarivka. They call this Novodarivka, and they call this Lovatna. So yeah, the Novodarivka's getting shelled. I knew that. Like, it is. I wasn't expecting this. I don't. Who do you think's shelling there? You think it's Ukraine? Maybe it's. I don't know. Maybe it's craters. Interesting though. Um, one thing
This
about those companies that stayed, because people are talking about companies that stayed in Russia, right? So one thing about those companies that you should keep in mind is that a lot of companies stayed in Russia because they wanted to hurt the Russian economy. Because staying in Russia actually hurts the Russian economy more than leaving does. Because if they left, Russia would basically steal their property, their IP, and everything, and make a fake Russian company that did all of your stuff. And that company would then make money. But if you stay in Russia and just don't do anything in Russia anymore, it actually hurts their economy more. Because then, instead of replacing your company with a fake company, the way they did with like McDonald's, uh, instead of replacing you, you're just doing nothing. You know what I mean? So it's actually worse for Russia to have having companies stay is actually worse for Russia. That's why like a lot of like Japanese companies and stuff, they never left Russia. They they just they put up signs in their stores that say like we're closed this week, come back next week. And it's been like that for like 2 years. So that stuff is actually more painful to Russia. So I mean, you have to pay your taxes and stuff. So you see these companies, they're like, oh, they paid like a few $1 million in taxes. You just like have to think about it. If a giant multi-billion-dollar company is paying like $1 million in taxes, that means they didn't make any money, right? That's like the whole point. Anyways.
I think what comes on top of that is that a lot of Western companies, they don't necessarily have 100% controlled entities in Russia, but often it's part of a joint venture. As an example, if you look at some German commercial vehicle manufacturers, they did have joint ventures with Kamaz in Russia. So the production facilities of, as an example, Mercedes or those companies, they might just continue running perfectly fine if if those facilities are given up by the German company.
Assuming they don't need parts.
Yeah, that's in fact the parts is one of the main issues that they face, but at the same time, there were of course parts already stored there. So
yeah, I mean, if you look at like the the Russian blogs and stuff about like car blogs and things like that, they've been rather upset. They're like, man, my car, I can't fix it anymore. No.
did you see the attack on Urushine is perfectly visible?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
Oh
what
boy.
happened?
Oh boy. Um, oh boy. Where am I? I'm confused. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. There's this. There's this attack. Ukraine claims that they retook all these positions. I don't know. I marked it as a gray area, but yeah, this is the attack. It's also interesting that this area of the river is also apparently shelled. Um, yeah.
I do think they retook it. At least the last video that we've seen from that was the drone chasing those Russians away from there.
That video is like one of my favorite drone videos. Did I already write this one down? But yeah, to the people who don't know, uh, what the? Did I typo? I must have typed this wrong. Okay. To the people who don't know, there was a drone video where a Ukrainian drone, it flew into a Russian position, and I think it dropped a bomb. I think, I'm not sure, but there was an explosion, and the drone then like flew into the air. It was an FPV drone. It flew into the air after the explosion. I think it dropped a bomb, and then it started like zipping around, and the Russians kind of panicked and started running away, and the FPV drone chased them and was like zipping at them, and all the Russians were panicking and running, so you just get this like group of like 20 Russians running away with this little drone like zipping around them, like it's hurting them like a sheepdog.
Yeah, that's actually the best comparison.
F-16 introduction. Um, it's not going to be for a while. I think like optimistically several more months, but maybe April. I don't know. It's gonna. Oh god damn! I did it. It's gonna come in waves. It's not. It's not all going to come at once. That's the main thing about the F-16 is that there's lots of training programs for the plane, and each training program is training like a different, like a completely different cohort. So there's like the first program is training like already trained pilots, but they're getting trained on the F-16, right? So that's going to happen faster because they just have to learn the plane itself. Like the next group is like it's like lesser trained pilots, like they know how to fly, but not that much experience, and that's going to take a little bit longer to train, but they might end up being better pilots. And then there's like another group of pilots who like are fresh recruits, like they've never been a pilot before, they're being trained from scratch, and that's going to take a very long time. So there's all of these different cohorts of pilots on the F-16, and each is going to come at their own pace. So that first group of pilots is going to come first, and they say it's going to be like April, but who knows? And then the American pilots, they said they might be ready at the end of this year. So I don't know what that means. To me that means they're not going to be ready this year. They're going to be ready next year. So I don't know, dude. Like some of these pilots are going to take a very long time to train because they're being trained from nothing, which is actually good because Ukraine desperately needs new pilots. So training a bunch of guys from nothing is very valuable, but very time consuming. Is there like anything happening over here? I don't see anything. They always say that there's where's that town? Um, yeah, here. They always say that Russia's assaulting here. Oh, well, there's some here. There's some shelling there. That's is that what they mean? Is this what they is this what they mean? Oh, there's some over here too. Interesting. I'll mark both. Uh, yeah, training a ground crew is another story, I guess. The I don't know how much they're going to rely on Ukraine to do much of that work. Kind of under the impression that when they I'm under the impression that when the plane needs like serious maintenance, they'll just send it to like Poland. So the ground crew in Ukraine would only be doing like lesser stuff. That's kind of what I've understood, but I don't know. Okay. Dick, how do you handle seeing so many war crimes every day?
I don't know. You know, with time you start to be emotionally distant from it. Of course, sometimes it still gets to you. A lot more, you know, with seeing Ukrainians die than it is with Russians die. It is kind of weird, but I do not consider the Russians in Ukraine as human beings anymore. There's rarely a video where I see one die and I have emotions. It's more or less become like a science, you know, like you look at it for work because you have to. You look at it because you need to geolocate or something like that. And what happens to that one person or something like that, you're very distant from. It's I don't know how to describe it, but maybe it's kind of like a doctor seeing blood.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some of the most distant people I've seen were medics. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Whereas I'm just trying to get through. Like, I was really hoping not much would be happening over here, but it's actually actually a lot that I wanted to mark because it's all interesting to me. Like I wish we got more video from some of these places, but we don't. Or if we do get video, we can't locate it. It's
Yeah,
frustrating.
we did get a lot of videos of exactly that area, which was Russian shelling, but that's already months ago.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
fact that they're still shelling there is
Not a good sign for
interesting.
them.
Yeah.
It means that their offensive is not doing too great. That's what that means. Over here is interesting to me too. Like this. That shelling is not what I would expect. I would expect no shelling here, to be honest. This is actually fascinating. I'll tell you something about this area. A group of Americans cleared out this area a while ago, and they posted all their videos online of them going through this area here and clearing it out. And since then, we've gotten like no information. I marked it all as a gray area then, but we've had like very little to no information from here since then. I know the Russians are claim that they retook it all after the Americans cleared it out. But I don't know if they did, and the shelling is interesting to me. I don't know whose shelling this is. Maybe it's Ukrainian shelling. Maybe this is like a logistics raid for them. I don't know, dude. But it's just interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Russia's gonna have too much luck retaking Alaska. What is this shelling? Did you know that there was a giant battle here? I did it.
Oh, that's still part of Novomichalivka, no, isn't it?
I mean, I guess not. I mean, I wouldn't call it. Uh,
Oh, yeah, right. It's
it's pretty far south of there.
I'm trying to check the loss map. Okay. So they didn't manage to take Novomichalivka from the south, so now they're trying to expand towards the west, maybe?
Oh yeah, they're definitely trying to because they've realized they ran into a buzzsaw. They're they can't get through. They're trying to go around it now. Going around it to the north is really bad for Russians. They're gonna take enormous casualties. The south is a little bit easier for them, but it's not much easier. And you have to keep in mind that Novomikhailivka is not the target. It's Konstantinivka. This is the target. So if they can just get the Konstantinivka and not worry about Novomikhailivka, I think they would be happy. But I don't know, dude. Good luck. Yeah. But yeah. So to anyone who just joined, who doesn't know what's going on, we're just trying to find some green eyeballs, which is just interesting things to put on the map from this satellite imagery, right? So that's what we're doing now. We're just looking around. I mean, and it's spectacularly easy to see because there's snow. The disturbances in the snow make it very easy. So this was their attack on Novomikhailivka. Notice how there's like no shelling there anymore. They gave up. Now they're trying to go around. They're trying to go north. It's just the issue for Russia is that this northern part is so entrenched for Ukraine that it's just really difficult to get through. This is one of Ukraine's most entrenched areas, generally speaking. Because it's not like one line of defense. It's an enormous number of lines of defense, all like right next to each other. So it's kind of like every 100 meters, every 200 meters is another line of defense that Russia has to get through, and they're just not having a good time.
And now the $1 million question: where are the Ukrainian lines?
Well,
um, Now that you zoomed them in right there, the interesting thing is that probably during the taking of the satellite image, Russia actually assaulted the tree line, which is a bit to the right of your mouse cursor right now. And there are pictures of new losses, which are going to be public probably in, I don't know, in the next hour or something like that. I know that IMI is currently drawing the proof for them. So a bit north of your mouse cursor there is going to be, I think, 2 MTLBs, which are abandoned. I think it was a tank which was destroyed or abandoned. So a couple of new losses, definitely. And all that happened presumably this morning.
yeah. Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention before is over by Eurozhina. Where am I? Over by Eurogina, last night, the drones that we bought for Liberty Ukraine destroyed an MTLB. That's cool, right? I can show you a photo. Give me a second.
Oh, is it public yet?
The video's not, but the photo is. Tanya posted it. I'll show you. Um, she's looking for someone to edit it, edit the video. Uh, anyway, the video when she posted it last night, she said it happened like 15 minutes ago. So here it is.
I don't see it yet. Oh, there.
Yeah, it exploded.
Nice. I know someone who edits videos.
Yeah.
Where's Djibouti?
Yep. Zelensky's bill to Brada that allows international fighters to gain dual citizenship. They should have done that like immediately when the war started. I don't know what took them so long. That's my opinion on it. That should have been like a day one thing. Like if you fight for the country, then you should be granted citizenship if you want it. Because there's a lot of fighters that I don't like. Like there are Americans who went to Ukraine that I don't know if they're ever going to come back to the United States, to be honest, because they are kind of invested now. uh, this is like this is this here like this around like Avdiivka. This is what made me want to do the stream today because this is probably going to change the map substantially. Um, Knowing where these heavy shellings and apparent assaults are taking place. Um, one thing that Ukraine really is going to have to get better at is treating PTSD. That's going to be such a ridiculous problem for the country for the next decades and decades. Uh, they really need to get better at that. I'm not sure if they're even doing anything at the moment, to be honest. I haven't heard much. I've heard from people in Ukraine that they ask for help, and there isn't much help. Like there's probably some, but not enough. Um, it's just going to be a really devastating problem. There's going to be a lot of brain damage, especially like anyone who's around explosives. You know, like artillery, mortars, tanks, which probably narrows it down to everybody, to be honest. Yeah, so this is the mine that I made a video about yesterday. You can see that there's shelling in two positions very close to the mine. There's some light shelling in the mine itself, not much to talk about, but it's interesting that these two positions that are very close to the mine apparently are completely in Ukrainian control now. I'm not 100% sure they ever lost it to be fair, but it's interesting to see. The issue of PTSD is that you have to start treating it as fast as possible, or it can get worse. Okay, so we're getting really close to. Oh, look at that! Oh, this is exactly what I expect. This makes me happy. This is exactly what I thought the shelling would be. I was afraid the shelling would be further west, but this makes me happy. Run out of. I think I've run out of the spreadsheet.
What did she do?
I ran out of grid eyeballs. Okay, need more grid eyeballs. Need to go to the grid eyeball factory. Okay, made more. Uh,
Yeah, you will need even more because I just checked and you can even go through Luhansk later. So the tourney assault is also visible.
Man, this is gonna be a big one. This is gonna be maybe our biggest grid eyeballs ever. I think the most I've had was like 75.
Yeah, I remember. But now, yeah. I don't think we need to geolocate anything today because you can't see anything in between the green eyeballs.
Yeah, I genuinely wish I could just. I wish we had a missile person. That's what I want. I want a missile person. I wish I could just on the days like this where there's this big missile strike. I wish I could just hand it off to our missile expert, and they just do it all. It would make me happy. Because I'll show you something in a second. I'll show you what I don't want to deal with. But I'm going to have to at some point. So there's this. I don't know how well you can see this actually. Let me look. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. There's this. You can sort of see it. Here, I'll do this. So this is the missile news. This is only part of it that I don't want to go through because it's depressing and it's stressful and there's a lot of it. Um, it doesn't look like much, but like each of these is like 5 things to geolocate that I don't want to. And I wish we had a missile person that I could say, "Hey, missile guy, locate all of these." Okay. Oh, the area north of Odiana is getting shelled.
Yeah, no surprise there, I guess.
No.
But the pattern of that shelling is interesting.
I asked CJ at one point whether you can learn something from the way this shelling is, and basically what he said is that when there's a lot of shells landing short, it probably means barrel fatigue or barrel wear. That was kind of what he said.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because
You would calculate based on normal conditions. You would shoot, you would land short because of barrel fatigue, basically sub performance,
yeah,
and then you would adjust, higher. Wait, is it higher? It depends. It depends on the angle. It can also be lower
more powder.
or that.
Um, I don't know if I want to mark every tree line here. I think there's enough grid eyeballs. I'm not gonna mark every tree line. I'm just gonna mark the ones I find it. Oh my god.
Look at Zenit.
Uh,
So someone asked earlier what the entire post about Zenit was all about. Not sure if you want to talk about it.
Okay, so this area, wait a second. I'll get a tool. I have a tool somewhere. That'll help. Where is it? Where's my tool? Okay. So, um, I kind of want to exaggerate this a little bit. So maybe if I do this, no, it's too not exaggerated at all. It's like the opposite of exaggerating. Okay, what if I do this? I was not prepared for this. You have to give me a second. No, that's not helping. How do I make it better?
You don't. You just leave it like that. It's
No,
perfectly visible.
not visible enough. That's slightly better. I want it more though. Okay, what if I like go here? That's better, I guess. Okay, so this here is Zenit. It is a it was part of the old Soviet airfield here. So this was the airfield, and this is Zenit. This was all one military installation. The airfield is obviously where they put their airplanes. Zenit was an air defense command, I believe. It is complete with a nuclear bunker and many other bunkers. So the primary bunker and the primary defense of this whole area is the in the north next to the road. So I think it's one of these two buildings or whatever. Anyway, so the bunker in the north is the primary bunker. Every other bunker is like a supplemental bunker. So there's a bunch of bunkers here, of various sorts. I think some of them were like ammo bunkers, and some of them were others like whatever. There's a whole load of bunkers here. They're all Soviet. I think they're built in the 60s and 70s or something. And yeah. Wait, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay. Can you can you can you do the amuse the people until I come back?
I'm German. I can't amuse people. But I can more or less summarize what happened yesterday. So it started with more or less rumors that the Russians took Zenit or parts of Zenit, and they were spread pretty far. At the same time, there wasn't much denying out of Ukrainian Telegram channels, so it was really hard to understand if it really happened or if it didn't happen. On top of that, there was then a geolocation provided by someone really bad at geolocating, to be honest. But it, like looking at it, it wasn't out of the possibilities really. And that geolocation showed Russian soldiers allegedly taking Ukrainian POWs. Now the geolocation, just to say that ahead of things, was wrong. There was a new video of the same situation where you could see that, or you could see more of a building in the background, and that more that you could see was able to definitely prove that the geolocation was wrong. Nevertheless, a lot of Telegram channels, including Ukrainian ones, took that geolocation as a given and were further spreading that Zenit was either taken or partially taken. Together with the overall situation in Avdiivka, considering that the Russians were able to penetrate the residential area to the north of Zenit, kind of made it something which was in the range of possibilities that it could have actually happened that Ukraine potentially abandoned Zenit. Oh yeah, Andrew's back. You can continue from there. Why was it a possibility that Ukraine could have abandoned Zenit?
Well, anyway, attacking Zenit from the south is basically impossible, especially the southeast. This is one of the densest minefields in all of Ukraine. Even attempting to attack through it is basically suicidal. Okay, so attacking from the west is slightly less stupid, but also basically impossible. The only way to get to it is from the north. This northern bunker is the primary defense point, and it's in the north. So what you would have to do to attack it is kind of come from the north somehow, probably from the northeast, because that's where the road is. You'd have to probably take the road, either the highway itself or go around it, and attack Zenit from the north. And in doing so, you would cut it off, because the only way to supply Zenit is from the north. So, yeah, this is the only realistic way to attack it. Now, what the Russians did is they broke through into this forest area. They spread out a bit. There was some talk that they were pushing down the highway to around here, and yeah, that's that what was so worrying. There's this residential area right here that, from what I understand, Russia has not even attempted to attack at all in any of this. So, and this residential area is obviously connected to Zenit. Like it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. So, this is kind of the backbone of the Ukrainian defense here. So, the reason why Zenit is so important is because this road here. Here, I'll go to the other view. Uh, oh boy. Whatever. Um, this road here, where am I? Yeah. This road here is like the only paved road into Avdiivka that is like usable. It's like the only paved usable road. And then there's these like kind of farm roads that go into Avdiivka um through Sevierna. So there's these farm roads into uh so these two roads are like the two arteries that are powering this whole city at the moment. And Zenit is on the high ground overlooking these like basically farm roads. So if you lose Zenit and also in the process you'd probably lose these residential area right here. But if you lose this area, it will sever really vitally important roads. Now, these roads are already practically severed because they're under fire control. It's very dangerous to drive through them, but it is possible, especially this northern one. Um, and you can see that there's like vehicle tracks here, and there's like these vehicle tracks. Like you can drive here. It's just very dangerous. And this more northern road is basically ingrid. Like it's kind of the only way to feed the central part of Avdiivka. And then there's an even more northern road up here that's I believe mostly farm roads and incredibly dangerous because you're getting very close to Stepova, etc. So this is why Zenit was so important, why it remains important, and its loss, like its attack was plausible in that Russia was moving in all of the directions that you'd need to move into to attack it.
Yeah. And also one of the things to highlight is that the Russians actually did attack from the south with infantry, I think in March last year. They did penetrate the trench system south of Zenit, but they didn't make it any further, and Ukraine recaptured that trench, or at least cleared the trench. But also, since there was still a question, what is Zenit? I just copied a link into Discord of a Telegram video. If you go to minute 144, you can actually play it from there, and you can have a look at Zenit, how it looks from more or less from a drone. And I don't think there was anything dangerous. So yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I have a lot of photos from Zenit that I can't show because they're like personal pictures, you know. I don't have their permission to show them, but um, yeah, there's a lot of famous places in Zenit. Zenit is a famous position in Ukraine. Like it's well known amongst people who follow these things. There's a pole in and again this northern bunker of Zenit is the primary bunker, and there's this pole there that has an arrow on it that points to like every city and how far away it is, and people would go there and pose for photographs. It's like this famous pole there. It's similar to the way that like Bakhmut had the airplane, and people go and pose in front of the airplane until they blew it up. And Orkhiv has the flags that everybody goes to the flags and takes their photograph. Well, Zenit has the pole. It's like an arrow pole, and it's not really a pole. I think it's a tree, but whatever. It's all these arrows. Um, yeah, there's the primary bunker that is like a nuclear bunker. It's a rather large. Um, when you think of it, you have to think of like Fallout, like the game. Like imagine like Fallout 3. It's like a bunker, like that sort of bunker. Like you go through like the big bunker doors and you go underground and whatever. Um, yeah, it's just and there's also other interesting things around there. There's radar systems, like these old radars. It's like you see all these like if you drive down the highway, you just see giant radars, and because this was the air defense bunker, I believe, or at least this is the air defense area. I think the bunker is for the airfield. Like in case of World War III, go to bunker. That's pretty much what this is. So yeah, Zenit is a very famous place. It is a very important place to the defense of the city. There were times when all of the ground around Zenit was captured by Russians, but Zenit wasn't. And then Ukraine retook all that ground, um, and retook Pisky and etc. So this is this is one of the more famous areas. There's another area that's very famous is over here, and that's called the Republica Mist. And that was a Ukrainian fortification underneath a bridge, also very famous. There were, if you go back in time to like 2015 or whatever, there were news pieces where like CNN or whatever and the BBC like went to Zenit and went to Republica Mist and did these articles where they walked around and showed these places. And, yeah. there were also times when Zenit was considered one of the safest places in Ukraine, and I believe you did. Who was he? Poroshenko or whatever his name is? He came here and was in Zenit as president for a while because Zenit was considered one of the safest places in the country. Um, Republica missed. Uh, Here, I'll try to find a photo. It was a really interesting little thing that they had going on there. It was very, very Fallout. I'll tell you what. Yeah, yeah. I tweeted this out like a long time ago. But this is what Republica Mist looked like. I love how they have these like stairs. Yeah, this was that was it. This was Republica Mist. Yeah, there were a lot of news stories about these are those stairs I was talking about. There's a lot of stories about this place. It was pretty cool. It was a very, very Fallout when you look at it. It's like this whole area. I have friends who served in this area. They like I have a friend who was in Republica Mist, in the Ant Hill, in Cuckoo, and around Zenit. So they basically just were in this area for like 2 years and were just rotating between all these positions every once in a while. And they told me that it was like playing a Fallout game. Like all these areas was like Fallout, where it's um, like you have these like giant bunkers underground. You have like these like fortresses built on like highways, and it was like wildness. And all the fighting is still here apparently after 10 years. Anyways, back to eyeballs. As soon as I find my spreadsheet, where'd I put it? That's not it. I lost my spreadsheet. Oh, I found it. Um. Anyways, so is there any other area around here that you saw, Mr. Gick?
No, around here I didn't. But I also didn't look at Avdiivka area, to be honest. That might also be interesting. Or Stepovis.
Yeah, Stipova is pretty normal. Bertucci. Yeah, this is all wow. This
Yeah,
is
that's a trench system.
yeah, this is a unknown Ukrainian position. I believe it's Ukrainian held at this point. It's so hard to tell, to be honest, because the videos they show like it's in snow, right? So the video's in snow. And you're like, okay, that narrows it down to like like the past few months.
There's one video from today, which shows it at night and a Ukrainian rotation there. So, I mean, the last known video from that location, at least, would be Ukrainians holding it.
Yeah, there was I don't remember what channel posted it, but it was a Russian channel. They posted like just it was like a 1 minute video where like every 2 seconds it was a drone hitting this trench system. And I remember going through it and just thinking to myself, like, I don't want to map all of them. There's so many. Okay, so Orlivka area. Um, I doubt there's going to be much here. There rarely is. There were reports last night of Ukrainians getting hit by an airstrike in Mayorsk, which was interesting. Some shelling there. I guess I could mark that if I really want to be a completionist. What else? What else is there? Ooh, that. What do you think this is about? Maybe this is like Russian artillery. Maybe it's a mortar position. Maybe it's a tank. Maybe it's a TOS. What do you think? Do you think a TOS blew up right there?
Well, you mean itself blew up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice, but I doubt it.
Well, something blew up. Right here. This was a Ukrainian attack, wasn't it? Because we had some footage of Ukrainians pushing across this and like into this forest strip on the other side of the railway.
The last thing I heard was that Russia is attacking there itself. So it could also be a Russian preparation for an assault.
But why was a Ukrainian on the other side? That's my question.
Well, they were pretty close to Avdiivka on that area.
Yeah.
So that's not entirely out of the ordinary, in my opinion.
This area. Oh, man.
Yeah.
The shelling here is the most interesting to me. What's that about?
Yeah, that also seems to be in line with Russian assaults in that direction. So I would also consider that as some sort of preparation before the assault. Because remember the video that Konstantin showed of the tank blowing up, etc.
Yep.
That tank was also moving into the direction of the reservoir, and not the direction of Avdiivka. It returned after it got hit, and then it got blown up.
Poor guy. Yeah, this whole line here is just. We get so many. We do get a lot of videos from here of just rampant shelling of every type of shelling. They shoot everything. They shoot TOS. They shoot Greds, helicopters. They do every type of shelling you can imagine.
So would you rather be in Zenit or there?
Well, if you're in the bunker, you're safe. Nothing can hurt you there. They could drop nukes on you all day long and you'd be fine. I'd feel safe. I feel like I need to move up the front line around Avdiivka. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? I feel like these tree lines are the front, but I have it marked as like this one.
Yeah, I would agree, because also the Russian videos inside of Bodanivka have not gotten much further.
No. Did you see? Did you see yesterday oh man, who was it? The guy he said it was a Russian. Okay, so he said my contact in Bodanivka was rotated to another town, but he said it's possible we captured the whole town.
Yeah, I read that.
It's like, dude.
Yeah. And I feel like rotated out of Bodanivka sounds like,
You got your butt kicked.
either he's dead or they couldn't achieve anything.
Yeah, I think you only get rotated out of Bodanivka when you suffer catastrophic casualties. I think that's about it. That's the only way out. We're making some green eyeballs here, everybody. Dude, this is gonna be like a marathon stream at this point. Like I feel like we how many more green eyeballs are there gonna be? How many have I made? I've made so we started at 05 and we're at 59. So it's only 54. It's not bad. Done more. Okay. So moving on north. I don't know where I am. I'm lost. I got lost.
I always orient myself by Sakura and Versetti.
Oh, yeah.
Vansetti. Because that is basically not even a village. It's 3 houses. But for some reason, that place has been so popular because when the Russians took those 3 houses, they made a huge fuss about it. So I don't know why. It's like, for me, that's the anchor in the Bakhmut area. It's not even Solidar or Bakhmut itself. It's always that place which I search on Google Maps to orientate myself.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's some shelling here, which is interesting.
What's interesting is that there's basically nothing in Vestcelle.
Yep, that's pretty much what I expected. I believe the story that Ukraine just gave up and left. It's what I would do. Like, why defend it? It's not even a town. It's not even a town. There's nothing there anymore, and it's in terrible position. It's an awful position because it's like this gentle slope down, and then like a really steep slope on the other side. So Ukraine is on the top of the very steep slope, and it's just like, good luck, buddy. Good luck. You want to go around? Well, like Russia is they're better off literally just attacking up this slope than going around because going around is actually more dangerous. You see them shelling here. This is a trench system. This is another trench system. This is a trench. These are all trench systems. So, um, going around is actually more dangerous. They're literally better off just climbing the cliff, which I imagine they will do at some point, or at least try to do. But it's going to be difficult because you can't like easily get vehicles up it. There's a road, but the road is guarantee you it's not passable, and yeah, it's just going to be difficult. It's going to be hard for them, especially as they try to climb up. They're just going to get hit by mortars. This is a position where Ukraine needs mortar ammo. Mortars are the only way to hold this, and it's the only way to attack it too. This is mortar country because you have to be able to attack like vertically. You can't shoot horizontally. The last time I saw Gerasimov, he was looking for ammo for Wagner. So, what do you think, Gik?
I don't know. I never think about him.
Yeah, he's kind of a. He, it amuses me that at one point he was considered a genius. He's obviously a fool. I think people should have known he was a fool. I don't know how people fell for thinking he was a genius. I think there's this big thing in the military politics where there's a lot of incentive to make your enemy appear vastly more powerful than they actually are. I think that's what happened to Gerasimov. People wanted they like for the sake of their own career, they needed him to be a genius. It makes me wonder if that's how they treated Gerasimov. What's going on with the analysis of China? That's what I think about a lot. Like, what if we screwed up in our analysis of China? Because I imagine we really messed up Russia. We way overestimated them in a lot of different ways, and we also underestimated them in different ways. It's just is weird. So I'm just curious how what that means in other areas. Are you trying to tell me that Gerasimov doesn't have a body double ready to go? I don't believe it. That man. They still shelling here. Man, I so badly want an image, like a high res of right here. Like I want that. That's what I want for Christmas.
Oh, Christmas is pretty far away.
Or it was just a few weeks ago.
That's what you wanted for Christmas then. Okay. Let's have a late Christmas gift.
I I'll tell you what. I tried buying an image here in December, and um, the most current image of high res for right here was August. I was like, no, I'm not spending money on August. Sorry, but there was an image here just a few days ago, so you can buy a fresh one now. But between August and a few days ago, nothing. This is interesting. Oh no. Remember those videos that the K2 battalion posted last year of those that failed Russian attack? I think that area was called Granite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Granite is getting shelled right here.
What a surprise.
Okay, so what else is going on over here? Oh boy. Right here. Look at this one. That's getting shelled pretty hard.
Yeah, they really seem to want Bilorivka at the at the moment, but they've not come far.
Yeah, we that video yesterday. Who was that? It was it the Inquisition video or the other one? I can't
No,
remember
Apache.
which. Apache. The Apache video had a lot of vehicles in it. It had a whole bunch of vehicles in it. We
Yeah.
let's I could show you that on the map. We found oh, you found all of them. I think I have an idea for where that tank was. I think the tank was right here, right there. But I'm not positive.
I thought about that, but the issue is that there you wouldn't be able to see those hills so well because you have a hill right in front of you anyway.
There's this
So
hill
I don't
or
know
that
why
hill.
it's causing so many issues to locate that, but
I don't know.
it is.
It's hard. But this is all vehicles we found. So yeah, this is that's that whole. So this is their little attack that they tried, right? So yeah, you
Yeah.
can you can go click here and watch the whole video, and you can see how many pixels there are. There's so many pixels. There's tens of them.
Yeah. One of them actually, which is currently listed as damaged, I think, is shown as destroyed today in another BDA video. So
That's fun. Yeah, there's a BMP-1 fell in the hole. Love it. Love when the BMPs fall in holes. I don't really see anything there. What else? Is there anything
the
here?
turn
This is like impossible.
turn. Yeah, I hate that place. I always skip it.
Do I need more gamma or less gamma? Less gamma.
Yeah, you can turn on the red line.
But
That helps a bit in the forest. I feel.
red line?
The layer. What's it called? Wait, false color.
I don't like false color. It hurts my eyes. I have to play with it. Uh okay. Let's go with false color. But I'm gonna play with it. I'm lost. I don't know where to go anymore. Okay, false color. Let's play with it. I don't
That way you
like
can
I
tip.
don't like when false color is red. I like it when it's
uh,
purple. But I always
y-
forget how to do that.
yeah, you can set your own filter, but yeah, I mean, you can probably skip the forest because it's going to be so hard to differentiate.
Yes.
But tourney might be interesting to look at, even though the shelling there is not easily visible.
Okay, so we have Torska, we've got nothing. We got oh well there's this. I don't like this level of gamma. Boy. Why is this so different here? Why like the other places were so much easier to look at?
Yeah, because it apparently didn't snow here.
Boo. There we go. Now we're cooking. But now we can't really see if they're new or old. That's annoying. Anyways, there's that. I guess I'll just mark. I haven't made any green and eyeballs in so long. That's probably all due to me. Okay. Do we have any questions or anything? No, I don't think so. Okay. Um, where's this attack? Oh, it's getting kind of. Oh boy, not good. A lot of shelling. A lot of shelling. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Like, there's obviously shelling here.
Yeah, and that's where
There.
the Russian assault got bugged down. Exactly that area.
Yeah, and then there's like up here too. I'm really curious how Russian behavior is gonna change during the course of this year, because I don't think they will be able to perform these attacks. I think they have like another 8 or 10 months in them. But I think by the end of this year they're gonna run out of vehicles.
If they continue with that pace, yeah, might be.
I mean, if they continue at this pace where they're losing like 10 a day, uh, it might be even sooner. Like they might run out in like 6 months. I'm curious because there were reports today of attacks near Avdiivka. Yeah, this is pretty much where I thought they were. Interesting. Yeah, just going straight through the low ground. Why not? YOLO.
But is that even shelling?
I think it is. Yeah. There've been a lot of reports of shelling here recently. I mean, where else would the shelling be? This is exactly where I thought it would be. Like I thought it would be along this low ground and along this tree line, and that's pretty much what I see here. Did Russia lose another Su-34? I have no idea. I've been looking at this. I haven't read anything. Gick, did they shoot at another plane?
I didn't hear anything, but I was also, I'm lost in your stream. Let me check, but I didn't. I mean, up until the stream started, I haven't read anything.
I haven't either. I mean, the places I would check are the Air Force and fighter bomber, and if neither of them are talking about it, I just assume it's fake. Maybe Vanek.
No, but Fighter Bomber posted something which you have to see.
Okay, let's look. Well,
You have to see it, and you have to show it to people.
okay, let's show it to people. Um,
Not that. You're gonna know instantly what I meant. It's not that.
okay. So,
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's. It's a new loaf.
There we go.
It's a helicopter.
Look at the driver.
This is so stupid. I want to see it. Oh gosh. The helicopter.
Yeah. So I don't see anything. Let's look at Vanek. Let me find Vanek. He's not posted anything, and I'll look at the Air Force. I don't see anything. So no. I see nothing about a Su-34. if the Air Force, Vanek, and Fighter Bomber, if none of them say something, then it's probably fake.
Yeah, probably. What is a green eyeball? Can you explain it to Kathy?
A green eyeball is it's is a it's the symbol for a recon usually. We use it generally as recon, but mostly as a satellite image. It is the eyeball in the sky looking at you, like Sauron, you know, the all-knowing eye. Um, so here's the thing. I'll just explain it to you. Um, this is the mapping software, right? So it's Google My Map, right? So you can make a little dot, and there are these options um, for the icons that you can use. And what I was doing is I went through. I was like, what icon is for what icon would you use for satellite, right? So there's like an alien, there's like a bird, right? So what would you use for a satellite? So the first thing I did is I typed in satellite in the filter, like SAT, nothing. So there's no satellite image. So I was like, okay, so what else could be used for a satellite? So I was like, I don't know, is there like an eye? And I typed in eye, and there's an eye for optometrist, right? So we're using the optometry icon for satellite because I don't know what other icon to use. We could use a tractor, uh, you know. Anyway, that's why it's an eyeball. Okay, because I don't know what else to do.
Yeah. But it's not to show destroyed vehicles like
No.
you stated. It is sometimes used for destroyed vehicles, but only when they are identified as an example through high res, and we don't yet have proof that what we see on high res is definitely a vehicle, and we can identify what kind of vehicle it is with certainty. So I think that's when you used it for vehicles. But other than that, it's typically satellite image or if a drone simply films and nothing happens. So as an example, there's no shelling or something like that. Then we would also use the green eyeball, and gives you the information that this is a video where you can watch someone watch something.
Yeah. Do we need an artist? Probably. Although designing icons is deceptively difficult. It's really hard to design an icon because it's 56 pixels by 56 pixels. So you have to get your idea into a 56 pixel. Oh god, circle. Oh god, what happened? Why did this happen? I'm lost. I don't know where I am anymore. Oh, there's clouds. Okay. So I think the clouds ended our stream. We're done.
Well, the Krokmalne attack might be interesting to see if there's anything to identify, because there's some shelling.
Yeah, there's some shelling, but I don't know. It's
It
just I
doesn't
don't
look like a
find it
major
interesting.
battle.
No.
But also, if if things are true, then the attack might not have been very recent.
It wasn't. From what I understand, the attack happened about a month before it was announced.
So then that satellite image is the wrong one anyway. But most
Another one.
of the ones in that area are very cloudy.
Oh, not 2 days ago. Anyway, let's go back in time. Clouds. Clouds. Snowy.
Oh, but there's definitely new shelling since then.
Yeah, let's compare it. Maybe there's another image. Maybe clouds. More clouds. Oh, there we go. We can compare that too. Okay. Maybe I'll test my luck. clouds. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so we'll compare all this to now. Oh boy. Uh, compare the original to today.
Can you give the dates of each? Because we can see it.
I mean, it's hard. Okay, so anyway, this one will be easy because the snowy one is now, and the not snowy one is January 1st. So that's here. I don't know how to fix that. I can't make it brighter. I don't know how. Anyway, so what's interesting is there's new shelling over here, right? So yeah. So there was some shelling here, but then now there's more there. That's what I see. And there's shelling here. So yeah, it appears that like this shelling is old and this shelling is new. So like this is new and that's old. So that's interesting.
But it doesn't look like very dense shelling.
No,
So who's shelling?
I don't know. Let's so I'll compare the sixth. Okay, so this one is the sixth. It's more white. It's more snowy. So yeah, this is a little bit. This is a lot easier to see. uh, so there's been a big increase in shelling around Avdiivka. Avdiivka, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. I can't pronounce anything. Don't ask me. Okay, so and then we'll compare to the 13th. Okay, the 13th is really bright. Oh boy, gets you right in the eyes. It's almost impossible to look at because it's so bright, so snowy. Interesting. The shelling over here. This kind of looks like a helicopter.
You know, I feel like I'm getting a sunburn right now.
It's good for you. That really looks like a helicopter. But it's been snowed over. Can't see it anymore. Okay. So, so bright. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so there's the shelling is the new shelling is like over here. It's not super like it's not like a lot of shelling, you know what I mean? Like it's just but it's enough. Anyway, I'll mark this new shelling. There's two more green eyeball slots in the spreadsheet. I think that's all I'm willing to do because I'm kind of green eyeballed out at this point. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think the rest is also fairly cloudy now. Well, actually, you should have a look at Kupiansk. I did not check.
I think
Oh boy.
Kupiansk is too cloudy.
Let me see. Oh, you're very lucky it is.
I have heard that Kupiansk has been getting shelled really hard, like really badly. Okay, so that's kind of that. Oh yeah, there was this the shelling here too. I should mark this. Let me make one more green eyeball.
There's just one thing I would like to talk about, or at least have a look at. If we zoom out on Novomikhailivka,
Yeah,
like in general, just looking at it,
you just want to
and
look at it.
very active front line, there's something which is really shocking to me.
Okay, as soon as I find where that is, I will get back to you.
There, right there.
Where am I?
It's right there. I can
That's
read it already.
Oh, there it is. I found it. I was lost.
Yeah.
Okay, do you ever
If
just get
you
lost? Okay,
yeah,
so
if you look at it, well, yeah, like that maybe. Considering this is a very active front, and we know that Russia is attacking there constantly, it would make sense for Ukraine to shell the Russian lines. But when you look at it, I cannot identify much shelling. It's like 8 or 9 shells which I can see, which Ukraine probably fired. Else than that, there's almost nothing, and this is horrible. It means that Russia can really, prepare their assaults in pieces, basically.
yeah,
All of the Russian lines are basically untouched.
yeah. I mean, at this point, it seems that FPV drones are Ukraine's main artillery.
Yeah. But in my opinion, this front, it really shows the ammo issue.
Yeah, I think.
Because normally you would try to force them to having to replace their frontline troops and rotate them, and that's all binding up logistics and equipment and so on to rotate front lines. But if those front lines are just there to smoke and chill, all of those logistics are free on the Russian side.
I think Ukraine is using more ammo a little bit to the north in Avdiivka, like around this area. I think they use more ammo here. Um, I think they, I think Ukraine has a lot of artillery in kind of this area, of, and this allows them to cover a wide swath of ground, so they can cover Avdiivka, they can cover Krasnohorivka, and they can cover Nivelska, and I think even at the more extreme ranges, they can cover Pervomaiske and also Novomikhailivka. So I think they have artillery kind of here-ish, and I don't know how much artillery they have down here-ish. I assume they have a lot around Vodiana because we hear about Russian shelling around Vodiana, and we see some shelling here. I assume they have some artillery around Vodiana, and that's why they shell it. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Ukraine just needs more ammo. They need like an infusion of like 500,000 rounds right now, but no
Yeah.
one is going to do it because they're cowards. Everybody has the ammo. NATO has the ammo
Well, NATO just signed a contract for the
to
supply
buy
of ammo.
Yeah, to buy ammo.
Yeah, I mean, the hope would still be that they're able to, send some and get the new production to replace what they sent. That's my hope, but I'm also coping quite hard here.
I'll tell you what. This is people don't like talking about this, especially Americans. It really upsets them. The ammo that we sent to Ukraine did not impact our supply of ammo. So the amount of ammo that we sent did not impact our supply. Like it was, we have so much ammo that the ammo we sent did not hurt us at all. That's how much ammo we have. We could send way more ammo and still be fine. And that's something Americans don't like hearing because it means that they're not giving enough. That's what it means. Because what is this ammo for? This ammo was manufactured to fight Russia. That's what the ammo's for. Like it was born to shoot Russian tanks. And instead, our leaders are cowards or corrupt or both or whatever. But anyways, do you think I should screen cap all of this live, and then we could kind of go? People could take it as a a breakdown, like a run through of what we've been through, or should I screen cap it all offline?
Yeah, you should do that offline. Because I also need to go back to geolocating. I see Telegram numbers going up and up
Oh,
while
where
being in
am
this
I?
stream.
Oh, geez, I back out. I'm over 1,000. Where are you?
Only at 426, but during the stream I already tried to read some and yeah.
I'm over 1,000 again. Oh no, I was at like 500 when the stream started.
But be sure to post a Haley Lofter to Twitter.
Yeah. The,
Yeah.
the people need to see that, you know.
Yeah, they need to see the next level Russian logistics.
Yeah, I mean, how else are you gonna, supply, ammunition across the Dnieper River? You know,
Yeah,
it is the only way. Anyways, I'll do the screen caps offline, I guess. I guess that's the stream, everybody. It was long. uh, I hope people found it interesting. Uh, I assume that the people. Oh boy, I closed everything by accident. It's a bad sign. I'll do this. Look at that, happy little flirks. I assume the people who stayed found it interesting, and everybody who didn't left. Anyway, thank you for coming, everybody, and we'll have another stream later today, probably. Yeah. Anyway, see you later.
see ya.
Oh boy, I lost. I need to find this stream. It minimized. I can't stop it until I find it. It's like a game. Where'd it go?
So they're still hearing us.
Yeah. I can't
Oh,
stop
nice.
it. There's the button is it's missing. I don't know where it is.
Let's
I
talk
found
something
it.
stupid.
I found it. Okay.